In today's news, the Right Honourable Jesse Norman's trip to the BVI cancelled following shift to Transport Minister, and Premier condemns all forms of violence following the recent double murder in East End, and taxi tariffs to undergo first official review in 12 years, with the Public Transportation Dispatching Unit to be developed, and Premier Wheatley and Health Minister to attend UK-OT Joint Ministerial Council in London. Well, viewers, these and more stories when 284 News return.
Freeze. Choose your mix. Choose your flavor.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Well, welcome viewers to the Thursday, October 27th edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. While leading today's newscast, the planned trip of the Right Honourable Jesse Norman, who was set to enter the British Virgin Islands today, has been cancelled following the reshuffling of ministerial portfolios in the United Kingdom government. Well, prior to the reshuffling, which is due to the recent appointment of the United Kingdom's new Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, Norman held the post of Minister for the Americas and the Overseas Territories. While in that post, he informed Governor His Excellency John Rankin last Wednesday of his intentions to travel into the territory Thursday, October 27th, to meet with the Governor, Premier Dr. the Honourable Natalia Wheatley, and other government officials. However, following the reshuffling of ministerial portfolios in the UK government, Norman has now been appointed as the Transport Minister in the UK Department for Transport. But the confirmation of the cancellation came in a statement from the office of the governor this morning, which said that Norman's successor will be appointed in due course as ministerial appointments are still underway. But more to come on this developing story. Well, moving on, viewers, where Premier and Minister of Finance Dr. the Honourable Natalia Wheatley has reiterated his condemnation towards violence of all forms in the territory following the recent double murder which occurred in the 7th District last Friday. But a reckless shooting incident claimed the lives of 28-year-old Kadeem Fred of Longlook and 38-year-old Carol Cornwall of Longbush, and left 2 other persons also wounded, with one being a minor. Was speaking in the House of Assembly on the matter, Premier Wheatley condemned all acts of violence in the BVI.
Firstly, I want to join in offering prayers for the victims of Friday's incident, for those other persons whom we have lost to violence in the recent past, and also for their families and loved ones who are burdened with trauma and grief. I also want to offer condolences to those who have suffered loss in these incidents. I pray that God gives them comfort and strength in these difficult times. As Premier, as a member of the National Security Council, as a representative for District 7, as a member of the House of Assembly, and as a patriotic Virgin Islander, I also wish to reiterate my condemnation of violence in all its forms, especially where it is done with reckless disregard for the sanctity of life and safety of persons. I want to take this opportunity, Madam Speaker, to urge our people, especially our young men and women, to reject a life of crime and violence. Such a life has not a future. Such a life will only be filled with regret. Such a life will only bring pain and grief to you and the people who care about you when you end up in jail or worse, dead. There are better, more productive and positive things to do with your time, your energy, and your intellect.
While Premier Wheatley also reaffirmed his support to the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force in combating crime in the BVI.
Madam Speaker, the Government of National Unity and I are firmly committed to our responsibilities in supporting law enforcement in the fight against crime. We are outraged to see the path that some persons have chosen to follow, and we will not stand for it. We are committed to continuing to make resources available to the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, as the present and past administrations have been doing, so that the police can perform their law enforcement and public safety functions. Whether it is by preventing and deterring criminal activity or ensuring perpetrators are identified, held, and brought before the court for justice, we will also soon be bringing the Police Act before this Honorable House, which aims to strengthen the legal framework to detect, arrest, and prosecute crime.
While the leader of government business also spoke on how these senseless acts of violence are affecting the territory's reputation, stating that they are jeopardizing the vision of the BVI's ancestors towards achieving self-determination, a journey he said commenced over 7 decades ago. But the Premier urged the community to come together and speak out towards any such acts, and where possible, be forthcoming with the information necessary that can lead to the arrest of these culprits.
I reiterate, if you see something, say something. If you know something, say something and do something. There are anonymous channels for you to pass information to the authorities. Passing on information can save a loved one's life, whether from them becoming a victim of crime or by them being an intended perpetrator. If you know a family member, a friend, or boyfriend or girlfriend is engaging in wrongdoing, plead with them to stop. Let them know you disapprove of their wrongdoing. Let them know you will not accept anything they bring you that was not legitimately obtained or which was not bought with clean money. Because when they court danger, they put you in danger. They put your family in danger. They put your children in danger. They put all of us in danger. Tell them to stop it. Encourage them to get help and counseling. We have so many churches and other organizations that are always willing to help persons in need of direction. There are so many community activities and sporting activities organized by the government, by the elected representatives, and by private and community groups for our people to be positively engaged and to earn an honest living.
Well, up next, viewers, taxi tariffs to undergo first official review in 12 years, and a public transportation dispatching unit to be developed. And Premier Wheatley and Health Minister attend UK-OT Joint Ministerial Council in London. But these and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
You value traditions. You value music. You value education. Family.
I love you.
Service.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing. It's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Introducing a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons. I'm taking you outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's the best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Virgin Gorda to Jos Van Dyke, not forgetting Anigada. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing. We are the movers and shakers of this generation. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman. Season 4 by yours truly, Ron Grant. Raising a generation of greatness. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on 284 Media.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Welcome back, viewers. But the taxi tariff in the BVI is scheduled to undergo its first official review in approximately 12 years, which could potentially see taxi operators gaining an increase in tariffs charge. But Deputy Premier and Minister for Communication and Works Honorable Kai Reimer made the announcement during a recent sitting of the House of Assembly. Well, he said the review of the tariffs is part of a number of initiatives that his ministry plans to undertake ahead of the 2022 to 2023 cruise season.
Madam Speaker, as we approach the start of the 2023 cruise season and strive to enhance our service standard, the Taxi and Livery Commission, in conjunction with the Ministry of Communications and Works, will be undertaking a few initiatives, including the establishment of a public transportation dispatching unit under the Taxi and Livery Commission and a review of the taxi tariff. If I may address the latter first, the official taxi tariff took effect on 26 November 2010, marking 12 years since the last official review was undertaken. Over time, the Virgin Islands has developed tremendously, and we must consider the rise in the cost of living over the last decade, as well as now developed areas that are not in the existing tariff.
Reimer also revealed that his ministry plans on developing a public transportation dispatching unit which will be responsible for the transporting persons from all ports of entry. Well, he said the initiative will address an ongoing issue where port security officers sometimes have to double as taxi dispatchers at the territory's ports of entry.
The Commission proposes developing a public transportation dispatching unit to alleviate these issues. The Commission will be responsible for educating and training the dispatchers so that all individuals would be knowledgeable of in the taxi cab regulations. The Public Transportation Dispatching Unit will be responsible for organizing the movement of people to and fro all ports of entry, ensuring that an equitable earning mechanism is in place between taxi and livery operators, and that we provide the highest standard of service to our visitors, traveling, and the traveling public.
Moving on, viewers, where Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, along with Minister for Health and Social Development, Honorable Marlon Penn, will be attending UK Overseas Territories Joint Ministerial Council in London on behalf of the territory next month. Premier Wheatley confirmed the trip during Tuesday's sitting of the House of Assembly, where he announced some of the topical issues that will be discussed during that meeting.
It is also important to inform this Honourable House that in a little less than 2 weeks, I will attend the upcoming Joint Ministerial Council in London between OT political leaders and UK ministers. We will discuss issues such as constitutional development, sanctions, economic management, climate change, and other environmental matters. Of course, I will be advancing the interests of the Virgin Islands and raising issues of interest and concern. I'm very pleased that the Minister of Health and Social Development, Honourable Marlon Penn, will be accompanying me.
Well, Dr. Wheatley said his government intends to establish a modern-day partnership with the United Kingdom government that reflects the views of the BVI people.
A key diplomatic objective of the Government of National Unity is to build a new modern partnership with the UK that supports the aspirations of the people of the Virgin Islands. While there are many areas from which the Virgin Islands can benefit from closer cooperation with the UK, it does not mean that we will agree on everything. This is to be expected between partners. The key is to achieve the right balance of interests between the UK and the Virgin Islands as we work together. In this regard, it is very important that both sides pursue their interests in a constructive and diplomatic manner and make best efforts to achieve mutually acceptable outcomes.
Well, the Premier said he wants a genuine partnership with the UK and not one that is held back by coercion. He said he is confident that the BVI can build a new modern-day partnership, but said both sides must act in good faith and be true to democracy. Well, up next, viewers, Culture and Tourism Month officially launched. The past is present, embracing Virgin Islands traditions. We get to that story when 284 News returns.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
The wait is over! CCT Fire is here! Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire, bring it home and upgrade today.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Well, welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Well, Culture and Tourism Month, observed in the month of November, was officially launched this morning under the theme, The Past is Present, Embracing Virgin Islands Traditions. While speaking during the ceremony, Director of Culture, Dr. Catherine Smith, put the activities into perspectives.
As has been mentioned, Culture and Tourism Month is held during November of each year. Now, the inaugural Culture and Tourism Month has been mentioned, as has been mentioned, was held in 2020. The aim of the month is to more closely integrate the portfolios of culture and tourism, in other words, to develop, promote, and market Virgin Islands culture, arts, and heritage. Actually, these activities will ultimately strengthen the cultural identity of the Virgin Islands. And as has been mentioned, the previous and long-standing Culture Week activities were integrated into this month. While Culture and Tourism Month then fulfills the mandate of the BVI Tourist Board and Film Commission, it also fulfills the Department of Culture's mandate to develop the creative economy. Creative industries contribute to human and sustainable development. Now, through these industries, people are able to shape their own development. They strengthen social cohesion and at the same time create jobs and generate economic wealth. The cultural domains here include the performance arts, visual arts, and craft, including multimedia arts, literary arts, as well as cultural heritage, tangible and intangible. Tangible, as has just been mentioned by the Honorable Premier, museums, historical sites, burial grounds, all places of historic significance. The theme for this month coming up is, of course, The Past is Present, Embracing Virgin Islands Traditions. The Department of Culture has for some time been receiving feedback that the traditions, some of the traditions of the Virgin Islands have to be strengthened, more widely known, and celebrated on a wider, in a wider way throughout the general public. Some of the traditions are I wouldn't say that they're disappearing. I would say that they're not as highlighted and visible as they should be. And therefore, during this month, we're going to see that theme streaming throughout activities. I want to let everyone know that we open with a ceremony at Maria's by the Sea on the 1st of November at 10 a.m. Immediately following this opening ceremony, there will be a visual arts expo, everybody. So what we have been doing is we have been working with our visual artists who are very talented. I think we should know that by now throughout the territory. And we want them to be able to bring their work, their products, through all the different genres, photography, craft, anything, paintings, we just want to be able to display that. So at 11 a.m., after the press conference finishes, we definitely invite the public to come and view the pieces.
Well, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley also addressed the public on the observance of Culture and Tourism Month.
Culture and tourism have great synergy, and it has been the position of this administration that culture and tourism have a much closer working relationship. This began from the time when I was in the Ministry of Education, and of course November was also considered to be Tourism Month, and also November is when we had our Culture Week. And we decided that a week was not long enough to celebrate our culture, and therefore we wanted a month-long celebration of culture, and it only made sense for us to combine Culture Week and what became Culture Month with Tourism Month, in combination Culture and Tourism Month. I want to congratulate the Director of Culture, Dr. Kathy Smith, for all the work that she's put in on the past Culture and Tourism Months, along with, of course, the Director of the Tourist Board, Clive McCoy. And we want to take it to the next level because we have a real mandate to diversify our tourism product, and we have a mandate to place more emphasis on culture even among our local residents.
The Director of the BVI Tourist Board, Mr. Clive McCoy, spoke about the board's involvement and the hosting of events as well.
We at the BVI Tourist Board are very excited about the upcoming Culture and Tourism Month. As you and I have discussed many occasions, culture is a major part of tourism. The more we're able to showcase what our culture has, the better our product is going to be in the long run. A study that we read in a few months ago noted that the guest that is traveling now is looking for cultural experiences once they arrive in their destinations. They say that 70% of persons that are traveling today are looking for cultural experiences. That is a major deal. Now, what we have noticed is most persons that come to the British Virgin Islands and many other destinations as well, is that they don't come necessarily looking for the culture. However, when they get there, they don't come because of the culture, but once they get there, then they're looking for it. They're looking to taste our food, they're looking to see what our dance is like, they're looking to see what our people are like. And one of the major things about the British Virgin Islands is that we have the highest return rate of any other destination in the Caribbean. And it's not the sun, it's not the sea, it's not the sand, it's the people of the BVI. It's the culture of the BVI. It's what people are constantly coming back and looking for. I can't tell you how many times I have been away and I'm speaking about the British Virgin Islands and people have come to me and they don't mention a restaurant or a beach that they went to. They want to know if I know a specific taximan or if I know a specific waiter or waitress. That speaks to our culture.
But meanwhile, Honorable Alvira Maduro Keynes, Junior Minister for Trade, spoke about the importance of instilling culture in schools and the return of the highly anticipated Fungi Festival.
I'm truly excited to be a part of this tourism and cultural month, a long month of celebration. And as I often say, you cannot know where you're going if you don't know where you came from. So it's important that we teach and we preserve our culture, and not just to locals, but visitors alike. On the 25th, we will be having the Fungi Fest. We're attempting to bring it back, which we will bring it back. It's been missing for quite some time now. And we're collaborating with the food fair. So everything will be held on that same day. We have about 9 bands slated for the Fungi Fest, 2 of who would be coming from overseas. So all during the week or the week before, you'll be hearing the music from those various artists who will be bringing in to celebrate this Fungi Fest. So we're asking that everyone come out and support. I have spoken with I don't want to call it Boopy, but that's right, in connection with the food fair, and what we're attempting to do, the bands, the outside bands, overseas bands will be coming in from either the Wednesday or the Thursday. So we're attempting to have them play during the day as well as in the night. So it'll have entertainment all during the food fair, and well into the evening for the Fungi Fest. So it's going to be exciting, trust me. It's going to be exciting, and we need to really preserve this music. We'll be having bands from different schools as well to participate, and we need to keep that tradition going, especially in the schools, and teach our students, teach our young people about this music. We cannot afford to lose it. We have lost the Fungi Fest for a few years, so we're bringing it back now, and it is my intention, as long as I'm Junior Minister of Tourism and Culture, that this would continue, for years upon years upon years. Because like I said, we cannot afford to lose our culture. You can't know where you're going if you don't know where you came from.
Well, we all will be looking forward to that Fungi Festival. Well, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com. And like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
Brilliant Hands and Minds Tutoring Services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man,
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?